Here's a quick tip about controlling the brush modifier. So brush modifier, you can find that in brush modifiers, brush modifier. So when you go to your brush palette, you have brush modifier. How can you control this with pen pressure? Well, if you go to your brush palette tablet pressure, then you have a curve. If I close this, brush mod, and this will control your brush modifier. So if you reset the curve, then you see that both points on the curve are at the top, and this means that when I draw this out, you go from left to right, and on the left you have your low pressure, pen pressure, and on the right you have your high pen pressure. And when you go up on the curve, so this will be low brush modifier setting, and higher up on that curve, high brush modifier. So that is how you can read that curve. So right now with both points high on the curve, this will mean that with low pressure and high pressure you will have a lot of brush mod. So my brush modifier has been set to 100, so you see that the pinching occurs with low and high pressure. Now let's say that I want no pinching with low pen pressure, then I can drag that dot down, and now you see when I have little pen pressure I have little brush modifier or little pinching, and with high pen pressure now you have a lot of brush modifier. And of course you can flip this around, so with low pen pressure a lot of brush modifier, and with high pressure little. So I'm dragging gently, but of course with low pen pressure the effect will also be less. And now with a lot of pen pressure you see that I don't have any pinching, and then again with low pen pressure you will have a little bit more, but the effect will not be as strong as when the cursor is flipped horizontally, of course. So this is how you can control your brush modifier. And of course you can have intermediate steps. You can draw out the curve any way you like, or you could adjust, and I'm going to do a reset, you could adjust the focal shift. So with this higher focal shift I will have less with low pressure and only with high pressure a lot of pinching. So you can adjust the curve any way to your liking. But anyway, if you wanted to know how to control your brush modifier with pen pressure, then the brush mod in the tablet pressure in your brush palette is the way to go about it. And of course you can also control other settings with your tablet pressure. So when I close the brush mod, you see you can have your size, your Z intensity, or your RGB intensity. All of these can be controlled with pen pressure. So if I want a lot of size with little pen pressure, just adjust the curves. You will see with little pen pressure and with a lot of pen pressure the difference will be minimal, like this. I can of course adjust my focal shift, so like that, and then you will have a strong transition between little and this, and so on. So this video was about the brush modifier and your pen pressure, but you can of course also adjust your size with pen pressure, your Z intensity. So if I want a lot of Z intensity with a little pen pressure and a lot. Anyway, just on a side note, tablet pressure is being controlled with these curves in the brush palette.